Now, I know you when you're looking at this situation with Big Ben, man, and everything
Right.
that is transpiring with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What should they do at quarterback? And I know you played with Ben twice, and you won with
Right.
Ben, and he helped you in your career and all those things. But
Mm-hmm.
what should they do at this stage of his career?
Man, I think in a tough situation, with Ben, I think he's going to make $40 million this year going into the season with the salary cap things that's going on, and Pittsburgh is I think they're like $22 million already over the cap, and Ben came out and said, a few weeks ago that he's willing to take a pay cut to come back and play, but I don't know what's going to happen, and them signing Dwayne Haskins tells me that, they don't expect him to come in and start and be under center this season. They want him to come in and learn under Ben, learn how to be a professional, get tutelage under Ben, and then he will be starting, I would assume, in the following year. But, looking forward, and with Marquise Pouncey just retiring, all those things are working together. So I do believe that Kevin Colbert and Mike Tomlin will allow Ben to come back and play his final year of his contract out. But I don't believe that it will be at the $40 million price tag.
If you're a Big Ben, Plex, do you hang him up, bronze those cliques? Do you go to another franchise chasing another ring? Or you just say, you know what, I had a great run, it's over with?
No, I don't think Ben's ready to quit. I really believe that. Knowing him and understanding how competitive he is, I don't think that he's ready to hang it up and quit. But I also think that he should finish his career in Pittsburgh. With that being said, I think he'll be on the center for one more season, but I don't see him, entering into free agency or whatever the case may be, or seeking a trade to chase another ring. He's a two-time world champion, but I honestly believe that he will finish his career in Pittsburgh, however that may happen.
Plex, there's been so much that's been made about all this player empowerment movement in the NFL, players like Deshaun Watson and Matthew Stafford trying to get out of bad situations. What's your take on everything that's currently happening?
I think that the players are starting to understand their worth and their value as players, and speaking up and having a voice about their careers and voicing their opinions. And I think they're also tearing a page out of the book as far as the NBA players. So I love it. I'm all in favor for players, having a voice and speaking up and try to have some input about what they think and try to get a handle on their careers. I mean, I love what the guys are doing. They understand who they are, and they understand their worth and their value to these organizations. And if they're in bad situations, I've always been an advocate for guys speaking up and saying, listen, if a player doesn't want to be there as an owner, as an organization, you should let that man go. I've always said that, and I think you're starting to see that now more in the NFL because it's been going on in the NBA for a long time.
Plex, speaking of letting go or determining whether he's going to be the guy or not, is Daniel Jones the guy to lead the Giants?
Tough question, man. He's only played 2 years. So it's tough to really say if he's the future of the New York Giants. You just look at what he's been able to accomplish over the last 2 years, which hasn't been a lot. He doesn't have a lot to work with offensively. Saquon going down and OBJ getting traded to Cleveland. I think that you just assess him and evaluate him looking forward as this year comes forward, but you just really can't sit down and say that he's our guy and he's the future of the New York Giants. They took a chance and they drafted high on the board, so they have to go out there, play him, and see what they can get.
Plaxico Burress, former New York Giants Super Bowl champion, joined us here on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. J. Will wanted me to say my understudy, but I wasn't going to do that. So
Crazy,
Plex,
man.
when you look at the New York Jets and you look at where they're at the quarterback spot with Sam Darnold, trying to figure out what they want to do with him, even though they really haven't surrounded him with anything, let alone a big-time wide receiver, what should they do?
I think the New York Jets are in a tough situation. I really believe that they want Sam Darnold to be their quarterback, but just like you said, if you're a quarterback and you can't protect him, I don't care how good he is. He's not going to play well, and then you're really not giving him any weapons so he can go out and be as good as you want him to be. I honestly think that they're going to draft a quarterback and try to trade Sam Darnold, because I don't think that they believe in him and he's the future of the franchise. But with that being said, whoever you bring in there, you've got to give that quarterback somebody to play with, or just it's just a cycle that's just going to keep going.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.